This year I've turned $200 into over 100,000 by trading meme coins. And no, it wasn't one lucky play, it was a strategy that is proven to work and has gone through the test of time. Right now you're probably watching this video because you're in the same position that I was in when I started. Do not worry, you're in the right place. Over the next 6 videos, I'll go over everything from strategy to profit taking to even finding friends in the space. Literally everything you need to become profitable will be covered. This is the first video of the series, so I'll be focusing on the basics, those being how to buy Solana, sign up for a trading bot, and how to avoid common scams. The first thing you're going to need to do is put some money in exchange like Kraken, Coinbase, or Binance. The money I recommend to do for most beginners is between $1 to $200. This allows you to have enough Solana so you can actually trade and have multiple shots to take. Now that you have some fiat USD in your exchange, you're going to want to buy as much Solana as possible. Solana is a major level 1 cryptocurrency and is the 5th biggest crypto in the world. This is the chain or coin you'll be trading within the ecosystem of, and that is basically because that is where the most trading volume is right now, and there is also very small amounts of fees, which makes it ideal for trading meme coins where you're going to be in and out of coins very quickly. You don't want to be paying expensive fees. Right, so now you have some Solana, you know what it is, but you don't know how to actually trade within the ecosystem. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a trading bot to actually execute the trades. You're going to want to use the one in the first link in the description. It's called bullx, and it's the best bot that all the profitable traders use due to its features and speeds. It's the only bot that I've been using since June, and it seriously really is a game breaker. So yeah, go sign up to that bot and then we can get on to the next step. Once you've done the Telegram side of the bullx sign up, you'll be taken to a screen that looks exactly like this. This is your private key. You don't want to share this to anyone at all. And yeah, basically you want to save these private keys, you want to write it down, you want to do something to it to make sure it doesn't get lost. This is basically your on-chain password. It's like a really long string of numbers and letters, and yeah, you can't lose this at all or you will lose your wallet. So yeah, you want to save it, and then you want to also download the Phantom wallet extension in the description below, and you'll import this private key into that wallet, and that will keep your funds safe. Now you've sorted out your private key, you have it in your Phantom wallet, you'll be taken to this screen here. There is a lot of things you want to change on this screen to make sure that you're not getting all this mess here. It's not as spammy and it's not as laggy. If you can see, my thing's lagging quite a lot. So the first thing I would do is turn off this chart feature. It is actually helpful, but it makes your computer lag quite a lot, especially if you have a bad computer, so I usually turn it off. Next thing you want to do is click on dexes. You want to deselect Sun Pump, and then you can also deselect Moonshot. I usually do have it deselected, but there is a chance you might miss a coin on Moonshot. So yeah, it's just personal preference whether you want to keep that one selected, but I do deselect it. The next thing you want to do is click on any coin, it doesn't matter at all, and you'll be setting up your fees. So within here you can see all these are your buy buttons, and then down here is your fees. The recommended fees are in the top right corner, and this is always changing. So basically you can have 5 different settings for your fees. I would recommend to have one on 0 of everything, so you go 0 0. You have MEV disabled if you have less than 0.5 sol buys, 0 0, and then you always put 100% sell slippage to make sure your sells actually go through unless you have like a really big position in something, and then you always disable sell MEV protection unless you're selling like 10 sol. So yeah, then the next one you want to have, so you want to call this one 0 fee. Next one you want to have is called auto. Auto basically means whatever they show in the top right corner here, you adapt to. This does need some work as it's always ever changing, but you can basically just copy and paste this here, copy and paste this one in the bribe, and then leave bribe enabled, turn the slippage between 30 to 40, it doesn't really matter, and then sell settings, you can do the same exact thing here, but yeah, you do not need sell MEV protection really ever. So yeah, it's really low chance of actually being sell MEV. So yeah, usually I just turn 100% sell slippage, priority fee between 0.001 and 0.005. So yeah, you can put it like 0.004, 0.003. It doesn't really matter too much, but if you have little money, I would set them both to 0 and use the 0 fee. So if you're buying 0.1 sol, use the 0 fee. If you're buying any more, yeah, use the auto, and that is a really good fee to make sure you're not losing too much money when you're actually just buying and selling tokens. Now we're back on the main page. It's just called Neo Vision. If you want to get back to it, just click these buttons here. This is the main page of the bullx. This is what you're going to be looking at all day. As you can see, there's tons and tons of tokens coming out all the time. They launch on Pump.fun, which is a website. It's basically the website you're going to be trading off. They'll launch at around 5 to 6 to 7,000 market cap, and then they reach 85,000 and they'll be headed over to this graduated tab. So basically the new creations is on the left, and that is when they first launch. So the second they launch, they get put onto this tab, and then when they start getting some buys, and they head up higher and higher through the market cap, which is basically the price times the token. So yeah, the higher market cap means there's more buys heading in and the tokens are worth more money. So once it heads to 85,000, as you can see here, this is also all ever changing, this price here that it bonds. If you do want to see the price that it bonds, you can go into Pump.fun and you can scroll down here. It's 42,000 for King of the Hill and 88,000 for bonding right now, but as Solana prices go up and down, it does change. So yeah, as you can see, this one's bonding, and then once it bonds, which is basically migration, it goes onto the graduated tab. On this tab, it goes onto bigger websites like Deck Screener and things like that, where more people get visibility over the token, so it'll get a lot more buys and a lot more volume if the token's actually good on the graduated tab. Now you actually somewhat know what you're looking at, what thing you're trading on, which is Pump.fun, what these tokens somewhat are, and what price they actually graduate into the next graduated tab, and what these tabs are for. You probably are wondering, how do I filter out all this noise? Look how spammy all of this is. You're probably, yeah, wondering how to filter it out. Basically, what I do for filters, some people do a lot more than me, some people do a lot less. I recommend for a beginner between 8,000 minimum market cap. So you can already see this is way less spammy, between 8,000 to 10,000. So if you're like really beginner, maybe 10,000 minimum market cap, because you don't want to be just gambling. And then you can see every token here that's over 10,000 market cap. You can also put it insider percentage. Maybe when you start, you want to put 50%, but as you get better and better, you want to put less and less filters so you can see more and more tokens. Then on the about to graduate, these are the filters I do use. I'd put dev holding at 11%. I do change this over time as a lot more projects are doing 15-20% devs. It's very weird, but I don't really like tokens like that. So yeah, I do put 11% maximum dev holding, 51% insider supply, and then I do put token age between 1 to 10 minutes. So if there's not many coins coming out, I'll put it on 10 minutes so I can see every coin that came out in the last 10 minutes, which is between 15,000 to 50,000 market cap or whatever. And then if there is a lot of volume, I'll put 5 minutes, and then if there's tons and tons of volume, I'll put 3 minutes. Usually I'm chilling on 5 minutes, but 3 minutes when there's tons and tons of people online buying coins and there's lots of coins coming out, I'll just lower it and lower it and lower it so I get more visibility. So yeah, they're the basic filters I do use for these tabs. You're going to be mainly focusing on this tab and this tab, but you can also buy on this tab. So I do have a little filter on this just to filter out dead coins. As you can see, this one's dead, there's not many buys coming on it, and this one's dead. You don't want to see these type of coins on the graduated tab. So basically, yeah, you want to put 25,000 or 20,000 market cap minimum, and those coins will just get filtered right out, and you'll only see coins that may be worth looking at, worth buying, because there's actually buys and the market cap's actually holding higher than 20,000, which is a pretty low level for a graduated tab already. The last thing you do want to set up is your quick buy and your buy buttons. So basically, your quick buy is this button here. You can press it to buy a coin before you even click on the coin. I don't recommend this for a lot of beginners, but you do just want to set this just in case something crazy comes out. So you want to set this whatever budget. So you have $50 normal buys, you just put it at $50. It is in dollars, not sols, so just keep in mind of that, and don't put it in 0.1 sol or whatever, because you will be buying 0.1. Then your buy preset, you want to put these ones as it's 0.01, 0.02, 0.5. You want to change this to whatever you do. So maybe most beginners, I'd say 0.05, 0.1, and then 0.2, and maybe the big one is 0.5. So then these is basically, just right here, click buy, they'll be here. Instead of having those useless ones, you're not going to be buying 1 sol, you're not going to be buying 2 sol when you're starting out. You're going to be buying small amounts. You want to actually bind the buttons to these small amounts to make sure you're not actually spending all the time and typing in, say 0.05. It takes quite a long time rather than just clicking the button and having it set to your preferences. You've probably been in this industry for a little bit, and you've probably seen how many scammers are in this industry. The coins are full of it. All these coins, lots and lots of them just get rug pulled straight to zero. So I'm just going to show you some of the most common scams that there are in the industry so you can start to avoid some of them. Obviously, as no one wants to do that when they start out. Yeah, so basically bullx, easiest way to do it is percentage insider percent. You see here, bullx has it. This is the only bot that does have this insider percent. It's really good. That's why it's much better than Photon and everything else like that. So if you click on any of these coins, insider percentage either means they got sent tokens, or it's just insiders. Like this coin here, it will rug pull. If you see a big wick up like this and then a bunch of small buys going through, it'll just mean it'll go straight down, because these are all volume bots. Basically, they pay for a bot and then they can get all these little fake buys in. It makes it look like there's real volume, and you can see all these little red on these people. It means they're all insiders, which is a really big red flag in the coin. That's why we do have filters on it for the about to graduate tab, just to filter out some of the shit like this, so you don't even have to click on it, worry about it at all. So yeah, this is basically what the coin will look like in real time. It'll just go up and up and up, and you'll be like, oh my god, how many buys are coming in? It's going only up. It's going only up. I'm gonna make so much money. It keeps on going up and then straight down. You see that? Straight down from 50k to 6k in one candle. So you bought anywhere in between here, here, here. You might have been up 2x at the top. You could sell at the top, yeah, if you sold here, but then there's a really big chance of being rug pulled. I mean, it's 100%. So yeah, there's really just want to avoid the coins. Usually they have multiple dev buys at the start. They have a really big wick up to about 20, 30, 10k or whatever, and then they'll have little buys, little buys, little buys, little buys, little buys, and then it'll rug straight down. There's also a lot of other ways that are like less obvious to see when they're actually bundling their coins. That's what it's called, because the dev owns tokens on like tons and tons of wallets, and they're planning to scam you. But yeah, there's other more subtle ways that they do this, so I'll show you how to spot that right now. Probably the best and the easiest way to actually spot these kinds of bundles that are less less easy to see on the chart, which is not just straight up, is this bot on Telegram. It's called Trench Radar Scanner Bot. I'll leave a link in the description. I don't use it personally, as it comes with time, the intuition of the actual charts and what looks good and what looks fake, and also the holders. bullx has a bunch of other things as well, like they show different bots that the people are on. So we click on this, go to the holders, you can see who are on bots. See this little gray thing? It means they're using a bot, and bullx, it means they're using a bot. But you don't want to see tons of holders that are just yellow without this little gray logo, without Soul Trading Bot, without bullx, without Photon logos, without Trojan logos next to them. You really just want to avoid it completely, as it is more than likely a bundle. But yeah, if you don't know how to do it just from that, it's pretty simple. There's a bot on Telegram, as I said. You can just see it here. You type in /bundle, you type the CA, which is the contract address. That is basically how you find coins. So you copy this in the top left corner, you paste it in to the Telegram bot here, you do /bundle, and then it'll come up. Yeah, you can see all the bundles here. 43 bundles on this different coin. 150 million was bundled at one point, and then total soul and total percentage bundled. Current held percentage was only 2% when I saw this. So yeah, basically current held percentage is the most important part. These total percentage bundled and total tokens bundled doesn't really mean anything at all, as that means they've been either selling or they're buying back and things like that. The only important thing is the current held percentage, because that's how much percentage they can sell on your head and make the coin go down. So if it's more than 10, 20, 30%, you probably do want to avoid the coin, as the more bundles there is, the more easy it is for them to just dump the chart and make it go down, just like this one we saw before. Yep, there we go. It's about a rug. This is the one that we're looking at, and when they get a few more buys, it'll just rug straight down. So yeah, you just want to avoid them. You'll want to also, as I said, there's more subtle ones, as all these AI agents, they're all bundled. Whether you think it is or not, all these AI agents to some part are bundled. So you can see this one, that is probably a bundled purchase. They bought 1k and they haven't really sold much. Let's see any other bundle purchases here. That one's likely a bundle purchase. Here they only bought 300 and they're holding their full stack, and they're not on a bot either. That's likely a bundle purchase. So yeah, the more bundles are in a coin, the more scary it is for them to just drop the price down. As you can see, they're probably PvPing here and the bundles are just holding the price. So yeah, just avoid bundles as a whole. There is tons and tons of other types of scams in the trenches as well. There's farming, there's LARPing, there's reuse, there's rugs, there's bundles, there's all kinds of things like that. So I'll just be going over some of the other ones. The first one is LARP tokens. LARP tokens is basically when a coin pretends to be something it's not. So it can either be fake technology, or it can be pretending to be the coin and it's not the coin. So someone made a coin called Flame AI about this hype launch called Flame Live, right? It used the same picture, used the same name, it went up in market cap, they bundled it obviously, and they made a fat bag when selling off. So yeah, you can see here, this one has a lot of hype on it, so it's going to go up really high, and it's, a really big AI thing and stuff like that. But this wasn't the real one, so you're going to have to wait for them to tweet out the contact address most of the time. See, this is another coin, they tweeted out the contract address. So it's basically verifying it's linked to this Twitter account, because people can link whatever whatever they want on Pump.fun. See here, they linked their official Twitter, but they didn't run the official Twitter. They had no connections with it, so it was just fake. So you really want to avoid these kinds of tokens. As you can see, peaked at 700,000. You might go, oh my god, how much is it going up? I want to buy it, I don't want to miss out. And yeah, you would have just got left with nothing. You would have got left with nothing at all. And dev sold here. So basically, yeah, just got rid of any thought that this was the real token, as it wasn't the real token. That's what you call a LARP. You call this a rug, call this farming, call this whatever you want. But also, if the people do tweet out the contract address, it's not always confirmed that it is the real project. I mean, it is the real project, but a lot of the time they'll tweet out the contract address, they'll delete it, and they'll just farm the token over and over again, making money just scamming like this. So they'll run it up here, and then they'll just sell all their tokens, delete the tweet, and then repost a new contract address of a different coin, and they'll just keep on making more and more money from just rugging like that. So yeah, you just got to keep on looking out for these kinds of things. You got to look out for these bundles, you got to look out for the LARPs, you got to look out for the farming, as these hype launches are very common. It's really hard to catch the real one before the contract address is actually tweeted out. There will be less room for margin once the contract address actually does tweet it out. So a lot of the people are gambling that it is the real one, but a lot of the time it is not, and they're just gambling because they have a bigger portfolio. But if you're just starting out, I would say avoid these kinds of coins unless they tweet out the contract address or there's some kind of confirmation that it's the real team behind it, because you will more than likely just be left with nothing. Just to do a quick summary of the video, as it was a little bit confusing, first thing you want to do is just buy some Solana, sign up for bullx, set your fees, set your settings, then you'll be on the lookout for scam tokens. At the moment, if you just started trading, you shouldn't be trading, you should be watching YouTube videos. So wait for the next YouTube video to come out, and then you'll be studying what kinds of coins to buy, how you're going to use wallet tracking, how you're going to profit take, how you're going to risk manage, how you're going to keep your mentality straight, how you're actually going to find the coins, how you're going to find your circle, and then you're going to put it all together at the end. And that is when you should start trading. If you start trading when you start and you're just learning about the things still, you will more than likely lose all of your money before you've actually learned everything you need to know to actually have a good risk when you're trading. Trading won't come overnight. You can't rush it. It's not a get rich quick scheme, even though you can turn profitable in under a month and make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. If you rush it too much, you will more than likely blow your portfolio before that happens. I also do have a free Discord in the comments, or you can pay for some of the tools as you see in this video, the tweet catcher, the wallet tracker, Mujetsu, etc. We have it all in the Discord for just $50 a month. If you do want to join, I've left the WAP link in the description and also the Discord link in the description. There is also free tools in there. So if you did enjoy the video, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you in the next one.